The boy who carried tomorrow. In the forgotten outskirts of a crowded city lived a boy named Renlo, known by everyone simply as the poor kid. His house was barely a house for uneven wooden walls, a metal sheet for a roof, and a door that needed a push, a pull, and a prayer to open. People walked past him every day. Some nodded kindly, others ignored him completely, but no one ever truly saw him. But Renlo didn't live like he was poor. He lived like he was hopeful, which is a much stronger thing. Every morning before the sun finished waking the sky, he wandered through the city, collecting old bottles, scraps of metal, and anything he could fix or recycle. He'd sell them for a few coins, barely enough for bread and a little rice, but Renlo wasn't saving for toys or clothes. He was saving because his mother had been sick for months, and he dreamed of giving her a real bed, real medicine, and a home that didn't rattle when the wind blew. Even when his clothes hung loose and his shoes were more holes than fabric, he greeted every day with a smile he refused to lose. One rainy afternoon, as Renlo searched for anything salvageable, he spotted a leather bag sitting in a puddle. He picked it up, expecting trash, maybe old receipts or broken tools. But inside was a wallet stuffed with money, more than Renlo had ever seen in one place. Enough to buy medicine, food for weeks, even a proper roof. His heart thumped, his hands shook. For a moment, just a tiny one, he thought about keeping it, but that's not who he was. He wiped the bag clean and took it straight to the police station, where a startled officer asked, "Son, why didn't you keep it? You look like you need it." Renlo simply smiled and said, "Because someone else needs it too." Word of the honest poor boy spread quickly. Within days, the owner of the wallet, a wealthy inventor named Mr. Kale, arrived at Renlo's small home. He'd expected to find a mischievous kid or a scammer, but instead found a humble boy sitting beside his sick mother, sewing a tear in his shirt with careful, hopeful eyes. Mr. Kale was so moved that he gave Renlo a reward more than Renlo had imagined, but Renlo only took a little. "Just enough for my mom's medicine," he said. "The rest might help someone else later." Mr. Kale didn't just see honesty, he saw potential, like a tiny spark waiting for someone to breathe life into it. He began visiting Renlo every week, teaching him how gears worked, how machines thought, how inventions were like puzzles, waiting for someone curious enough to solve them. Renlo absorbed every lesson, every idea, every challenge. Soon, he was fixing broken radios, repairing old fans, even restoring bicycles for neighbors. People began calling him the little engineer, and for the first time in his life, he was known for something he created, not for what he lacked. But life wasn't done testing him. One night, while Renlo studied a small machine Mr. Kale had given him, he heard a cough from his mother so sharp it bent the air. He rushed to her side as she struggled to breathe. The medicine wasn't enough. The doctor said she needed a costly treatment, far beyond anything Renlo had. Renlo didn't sleep. He worked. He fixed anything he could find. Broken lamps, old phones, rusted tools, anything that might bring a coin closer to saving her. He worked until his fingers blistered, until his eyes burned, until exhaustion wrapped around him like a heavy coat. And still, it wasn't enough. Mr. Kale saw the boy crumble and decided to step in. He paid for the treatment entirely, refusing to let Renlo refuse this time. "You saved my life when you returned that bag," he said. "Let me help save hers." Months passed. Slowly, gently, miraculously Renlo's mother recovered. Renlo didn't cry often, but that day, he did. Tears of relief. Tears of gratitude. Tears of a boy who finally felt tomorrow opening its door to him. As Renlo grew older, he and Mr. Kale built a workshop together, creating machines that made life easier for people in the poorer parts of the city. Water filters, simple cooling fans, hand-powered lights. Their inventions spread. Investors came. Money flowed. And Renlo, the boy who once collected broken scraps, became a respected inventor known for fixing more than just objects. He fixed people's lives. But Renlo never forgot where he came from. He rebuilt homes for struggling families. He opened learning centers for kids who couldn't afford school. He hired workers who had been ignored or forgotten. Every invention he made carried a small engraving from a boy who once had nothing but hope. By the time he was an adult, Renlo wasn't just successful, he was a symbol. Proof that greatness doesn't come from wealth, but from heart. Proof that kindness can echo for years. Proof that a poor boy with a strong spirit can change the world not because he had riches, but because he had the courage to stay good when life wasn't. And every night, Renlo would return to the tiny corner of the city where he once lived. The house was gone, replaced with something new, but he would stand there, close his eyes, and whisper, "I carried hope, and hope carried me back."